Byron was born in 1987, November 2nd, and we moved here about 6 months before April was born in 1990. We purposely tried to have them 2.5 years apart or 2 years apart because me and my brother were 4.5 years apart, and he picked on me unmercifully, and I did not want my two kids to be 4 or 4.5 years apart. He had just graduated from college in July, had a job lined up at Pine Forest High School to teach math, and he was dating a young girl. Well, I say young girl, same age as him, probably about 6 months younger than him. There had been no ring yet, but they were already talking about it.
We were sleeping, and it was about, I guess about 4:15, and the dog was barking, and we realized the doorbell was ringing, and so Dave got up to go to the door. April was already up, and she didn't want to go to the door. And then I looked out the window, and his car and his fiance's car were not here, and so I knew that it was something bad.
He asked me who I was to make sure he was at the right place, and he said, "Your son's been in an accident and he's passed away." And I wasn't quiet like Linda. I remember precisely hollering no several times.
And so we went and sat on the couch, and I remember just looking at the trooper, and I never said anything to him. You know, he had told Dave, and then I got out there and realized what was going on, and April was kind of behind us, and I just stared at him because I was shocked. And so we came in the house and sat on the couch, and I just remember thinking that God was the only one who could get us through that. And then we went in the bedroom, and I was laying on the bed, and April was kind of just looking at me going, "Mama, Mama, like, are you okay?" And I just kind of prayed out loud for God to help us through it. And then we just sort of gathered our wits and started calling people.
I didn't go to work for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I stayed out for probably 4 or 5 weeks.
Quite often I would find a time whenever the PE department was on their planning period, and then I'd go out in the track and just walk the track for 20, 30 minutes just to be away. Worst times were on the way to work, coming home from work, you know, in the car by yourself. We teach a Sunday school class, or lead a Sunday school class of young adults, young singles, 22 to 27, 28, like that.
My heart just kind of goes out to that age group, because not everybody has an entire lifetime to make their choice for Christ. That's kind of my purpose, is to try to use it to help other people and to advance the gospel.
We went to see people that had lost a child, and I guess what we tell them the truth.
Yeah.
It doesn't get easier.
It doesn't stop hurting.
It doesn't ever stop hurting. You learn to deal with it. You learn to function. You know, I mean.
But mostly we cry with them.
Yeah. I think it's up to about 20 now. Families or couples that I pray for that have lost children. And that in the past 6 years, that's how many more I've known. My prayers are always that they're able to deal with the grief that works for them.
Yeah. Gosh, he was just really, really special, and really liked to spend time with us. And he liked to do a lot of different things, and that's something that we talked about in his eulogy a little bit.
One of the things we said that he'd like to do it all, that he
Yeah.
dove deep and flew high.
That the earth wasn't big enough to contain him.
He's always with us, but sometimes, we have to do other things and we have to continue on. Because God knows the number of our days.
Yeah.
And we got a job to do.
Yeah. An eternity compared to a lifespan is immeasurable. So once we get there, this will seem like just a second.